Hello, this is Top Prep Sports Interviews by Sunil Sundaraj. Tonight, I'm happy to be speaking with Malin Allard, a senior at Lucy Beckham High School in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina, and a combo guard on the varsity basketball team. Malin, once again, thank you for taking time out to speak with me, and congratulations on your success, not only both on the basketball court, but also in the classroom as well.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Great to finally meet you.
Same here. Hey, let's talk about senior season. Playing for Lucy Beckham High School. So far, you guys off to a great start in terms of the team, and then individually, you've been able to flourish on the hardwood court. Can you talk about? I mean, how good of a feeling this is? You always
Yeah,
want to get off to that strong start, Melon.
for sure. It's great. We're 4-0 as speaking right now, so very strong start for us. It was great. It's a great year. We have four starters who are seniors, and we've been playing since last year, and then we have six seniors on the team, so that's really big for us. It's really big. We all have that chemistry, so it's awesome.
Yeah, that's tremendous. That's what you always want to have is that cohesiveness, that chemistry on the court in terms of, I mean, all five guys, and then of course the bench, being able to, contribute as well. Just in terms of preparing for the season, talk about that. Describe how that, panned out for you and the rest of the team. Getting the work done, said in practices, leading up to that first game of the season.
Yeah, yes, sir. So we after the season last year, we lost out actually in our first round of the playoffs, and that kind of put a burden on us. So
Hmm.
we've been working all the way since the summer, day in, day out, all the way. We had that high school month, all of that stuff.
Hmm.
We've been working in and out, and we also played in the fall league, so that really helped build our chemistry.
Hmm.
Um, we implemented more weights this year. So I talked to my coach about that and how we should implement that and stuff. And yeah, so we're also getting in the weight room more, and we're just preparing. And we've been preparing, and it helped because now we're 4-0 and had a great start to the season. So
Yeah,
yes, sir.
definitely all that hard work has been paying off. If I'm correct, I'm looking up at some of these numbers that you've been able to put up so far. I was looking online, went over Pinewood Prep. I think 20 points. Wando, you had 16. I mean, definitely being able to make a difference on the court. In terms of your game. Can you just describe that as a combo guard and definitely been able to as said be a huge factor in terms of the team's success. Can you just describe that as well here, Melon?
Definitely. Yes, sir. I'm more of a slasher steal kind of combo guard. So
Okay.
I'm really into steals and playing defense and getting that steal and then going and making a layup.
Yeah.
That's really my how I play my game. More of a slasher, but it's not just me for sure. We definitely have a great team.
Hmm.
A lot of great players on our team this year. Great coaching staff. We're really good this year. Yes, sir.
You've been playing the game for a long time, so I'm wondering what some of the intangibles in terms of you when you're out there on the court, from your perspective, what do you see when you're into that, you get into that rhythm and you're basically locked in the zone. I'm wondering what are those moments, because I'm always, fascinated from a player's perspective, when you're out there on the court, against opposition with your teammates. Can you describe those, what that experience is, is
Yeah,
been like?
definitely. To be a senior, it's really awesome because I can help lead my team.
Hmm.
I have two of my best friends are on the team. We really help, try to lead the younger kids on our team. It's really awesome. I've always been kind of the younger guy playing with the older kids, especially playing, varsity as a freshman.
Yeah.
And I played eighth grade B team, like I told you.
Yeah.
But it's really awesome this year. I'm actually able to be, older and help lead. So that's awesome. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
it's almost like a full circle moment. You come,
Yeah.
you're learning the ropes again as a freshman. Now here you come as a senior, you're able to, shed those, experiences and lend that expertise to the freshmen and sophomores.
Definitely. Yes, sir.
you made a point about the strength and conditioning, and I think that's a important component because in terms of, getting your body, set in shape, I've talked to many athletes 24/7, 365 in terms of the grind. You really can't take a day off if you
Yeah,
really want to be the best, at a particular sport, especially in the game of basketball. So I'm wondering nutrition, rest and recovery, what you've been able to implement into, your program, besides, the team practices as well, Malin.
definitely. Yes, sir. Well, since last year, I really try to limit, sodas. That was a big thing for me. It got me out of shape a few years ago. I try to eat as healthy as I possibly can,
Yeah.
whatever I can do. Ice baths here and there, whatever.
Mhm.
I also have some great training staff at Lucy Beckham, so they're always really helping us. And Coach Glover, make sure we stay on hydration and all that stuff. So, yes, sir.
Yeah, I wanted to actually, let you, just talk about the coaching staff because I mean that really again plays an essential role in terms of the team. Just talk about this coaching staff, what they've meant to you and just the team overall.
Yeah, yes, sir. Andrew Glover, he's our head coach. He's great. He is 28 years old. He played at USC Aiken. I'm not
Okay.
sure if you've heard of that. Being all the way over there, we're on the south side.
Yeah.
But he played there, and he's actually kind of a younger coach, so we can really relate
Yeah.
to him. And he
Yes.
definitely has some personal connections that we can relate to and personal experiences. So he's
Yeah.
really great for that. And then we have an assistant coach, Marquise
Okay.
Pointer, who played at College of Charleston.
Okay.
He's great. Love him. And we have two other coaches, Ben Corn and Coach Pops, we call him. It's Andrew Glover's dad.
Okay.
So they're all great. They really help out our team. So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
staying
wonderful to
staying on
hear.
us all the time. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's terrific. You had to make a serious transition here. It said first 2 years spent at Oceanside Collegiate Academy, then coming over to Lucy Beckham High School. I'm wondering because that's not the easiest to do. I mean, like in terms of we're just not talking about the athletic side, we're talking about academics as well. So just wondering
Definitely.
for you what that process was for you, Malin.
Yeah, definitely. It was a different time in my life. Definitely, it was the beginning of last year, right? So senior
Hmm.
now, junior year last year.
Yeah,
It was really different. I had a lot of friends at Lucy Beckham High School, so
yeah,
I wanted to move not just for athletics, but for the social aspect as well.
hmm,
And athletics, it was great. There was a new program coming in. Really wanted to be a leader and shine on this team. So it's great. I've loved it so far, and it was one of the best decisions I've made.
yeah.
Yes,
No,
sir.
that's yeah, that's great to hear. And also played on the B team at Wando High School in eighth grade.
Yes, sir.
Can you talk about, I mean, that time of your life and just being able to play on
Yeah,
the basketball team?
yeah, for sure. That was a long time ago now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was fun. That was a fun experience. I played at Moultrie Middle School was my middle school, and then I played
Okay.
at Wando High School for the B team.
Hmm.
I was looking for more of a challenge and tried out for their team, made it. Played with one of my friends actually, Thomas Oppold, on that team, and now we actually play together again for Lucy
Okay.
Beckham.
Very
So
nice.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But that was a fun year too. Yeah, yes, sir.
That's great. Hey, you're a multi-sport athlete. That's just awesome because varsity swimming, volleyball, and I'm sure that like playing those sports really aids you in terms of basketball. Like every they really connect with each other in
Yeah,
terms of the physicality and how you utilize different parts of your body. So I'm wondering again, participating in those sports again, how helpful is that, in terms of again
definitely.
leading to that success on the basketball court?
Yeah, yes, sir. So freshman year, I actually did varsity swimming.
Mm,
That was with one of my friends, and then I did it sophomore year as well. Um, I haven't done it since, but
Okay.
I did, last year I was doing varsity volleyball, and this year I actually did varsity volleyball too before basketball
Yeah.
season. So volleyball really helps me out with my jumping abilities.
Yes.
My
Yes.
2-foot balance, it increased, so I just it's always good, cross training, it's awesome.
Yes.
So,
Yep.
those sports definitely help me out, cross training
Yeah.
and everything. Yes, sir.
That's terrific. So I'm wondering when it comes to watching college and the NBA, what players really stand out to you that you pay close attention to and sort of maybe take away like their tendencies, their how they perform on the court and sort of apply it to your game as well.
Definitely. Yes, sir. I really like I love John Morant. John Morant's one of my favorite players.
Yeah.
He's from Spartanburg, South Carolina, um,
Okay.
and or somewhere in South Carolina. So that's where I
Okay.
live, obviously. So
Yeah.
kind of close to home. One of my favorite players. I love
Yeah.
the way he attacks the rim. Him and Russell Westbrook is how I kind of see myself.
Hmm.
I'm just a slasher, I feel.
Yeah.
Love to get to the rack. So yes, sir.
That's
They're
great.
some of my
Hey,
idols right there.
yeah, no, really great to hear. I'm wondering before I get to the academic part, I wanted to one final thing is that we all talk about the physical part of basketball, but the mental, said factor, I think is just as key because if you really don't have your mind, sharp, in terms of heading into a game, and even when you're at practice, I'm wondering, what you do in terms of like, preparing for a game and like, beforehand, like, what's again, what's going through your mind? What's transpiring, as get ready to take the court?
Yeah, definitely. So before all my games, I usually I think about trying to be as consistent as possible. So controlling the
Hmm.
things that I can control
Yeah.
and doing the little things is really what I try to do every single game. Being as
Yeah.
consistent as I possibly can. It's not always about scoring. You have to share the ball. You have to do
Yeah.
all the little things, right? So
Yeah.
playing the best defense I can, rebounding as much as possible, and sharing the rock for sure. I
Yeah,
try to
yeah,
just
that
keep everyone on.
yeah, excellent point. Just distributing the ball and really, like said, playing that team game and where everybody is pitching in. I think that's really important. Like again, if teams want to have a winning record and really go far in terms of winning a championship, uh, it's just magnificent what you've been able to do and accomplish on the academic side. I mean, this is just again remarkable. 4.4 GPA, taking AP and dual enrollment classes since your sophomore year, and you've stated you've always been serious about keeping the grades up, and also a National Honor Society freshman and sophomore years. I mean, just again, just fabulous, achievements. Just, I mean, how important. I mean, just to have that,
Yeah.
again, all those accolades, just in terms of being able to do that, because I know that's, you want to be an all around person, and that
Thank you.
really plays into, and just in terms of the person you are.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Since freshman year, my parents have always said, basketball comes second, grades come first, and I completely agree with that because
Yeah.
you can't get into college without good grades, and
Hmm.
it also shows how hard you work. If you have bad grades, you're not working hard in the classroom.
Yeah.
It can definitely affect you on the court as well. So I definitely always keep in mind to keep my grades up.
Yeah, I mean, it's really a testament to what your work ethic because it's not easy. I mean, especially balancing out. Everybody talks about time management and organization because between the practices, watching film, lifts, the games per se, traveling for road games. Just how have you been able to sort of balance that out and really have it down to a T where you're again that's reflective in terms of your GPA.
Yeah. So you really just have to balance everything. Sometimes if you're not feeling class, but if you're like doing bad in class, you got to go
Yeah,
out and get some extra help. During lunch
yeah,
or whatever. You have a late game, late basketball game. Can't study for a test. You have to talk to your teacher. You have to go be responsible for those things. You have to go Um, if they have extra session after school, something like that, you just always got
Mhm.
to squeeze the time in and make sure you're keeping your grades up.
This is one thing that popped into my head, and I think moving forward, I like to ask athletes about this. With the COVID-19 pandemic. I mean, it's not been easy. I said the last couple of years since 2020. I'm wondering how that affected you. I mean, of course, remote learning, and then being able to get back into the classroom. Be around your peers, be around your classmates. I mean, that must have been like a huge, weight lifted off your shoulders in terms of, being able to just get back into a normal routine. I'm just wondering, if
Yeah,
you could speak to that as well, Malin.
definitely. So it was a few weird years, definitely there for
Yeah.
sure. We had to everywhere from like wearing masks into mask in games. That was just crazy. I mean,
Yeah.
even that can
Yeah.
affect your game, whatever. But
Hmm.
it's definitely weird that 2 years ago, or some people still wearing masks everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Just gotta stay safe. Yeah, that was a weird time, but
Yeah.
it's awesome to be back. And everybody can play basketball without having to wear masks.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I agree. Hey, talk about social media and highlight videos. I know that's something, you're definitely have been able to tap into and capitalize. I'm wondering, like, for you personally, especially now in your senior year, no, it's just as, again, crucial for you. So I'm wondering, like, I mean, it must be really exciting the fact that, prospective, colleges, your recruiters, I mean, scouts out there that can see what you can actually do and perform on the court. I'm wondering how you've been able to, definitely use that to your advantage and benefit.
Yeah, definitely. So, yeah, you do everything you can, just whatever you can, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I agree. I mean, I think, again, it shows people, I mean, in terms of what you can do individually, but as we talked about during this interview,
yeah,
as a team player as well, because I think that's, the best of both worlds. You want to show those coaches out there, those schools, what you can do in terms of, those two areas. And I think, again, you've been able to excel in both. So that's really great. Hey,
thank you.
I know family is really important to you. Your mom, dad, and sister. You're very close to your mom's side of the family, including your aunt, your grandparents, and cousins. I want to ask you how that support has helped you. Said during this journey.
Yes, sir. It's great. I've been playing basketball since I was like 5 years old. So,
Hmm.
we used to live in Asheville, North Carolina, and
Okay.
we moved here in about 2015 when I was in like sixth grade. So,
Yeah.
you know, they've been able to all my we moved to Charleston, right? So all my
Hmm.
mom's family lives here. And they've all been able to, see all my games since sixth grade. So
Hmm.
that support's been huge for me, and
Yeah.
it's awesome. I'm glad that we moved down here for sure.
Yeah, no, I'm very glad to hear that. So I'm wondering, in terms of sports growing up, what did you play any other sports? When you were
Yeah,
younger, and I'm wondering when you made that pivot to basketball, Malin.
definitely. I played soccer since I was about the same age that I started playing basketball, which was probably around 6 years old, 5 years
Okay.
old. So I did that all the way up until high school until I had to make the decision,
Hmm.
basketball or soccer. And I chose basketball because it's my love, it's my passion. I love it, so I decided to stay on that one and you know work my hardest in that sport. Yes, sir.
Yeah, no, it's terrific. I know that with all the pressure that you have, again in the academically, athletically, you need to kick back, need to de-stress. I know some of your hobbies are going fishing, going to the beach, playing Xbox. So I'm wondering in those moments when you're doing, those activities, like how I mean, relaxing that is and rewarding that you're able to, sort of divert from, again. School, and then be able to again enjoy those activities.
Yeah. So that's just a break we have. I usually just do that on my down times.
Hmm.
It's great. Downtime's great.
Yeah,
Because
I
you're always in that
agree.
you're always in that grind.
Yeah.
Um, so summer, I love going to the beach. I love fishing. With my family, all my friends. Yes, sir. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's great to have downtime for sure, and then
yeah.
get back into the grind.
That's right. That's right. And you definitely have been in the trenches, but have persevered. And I think it brings some sort of sense of calmness and peacefulness. The fact that you're able, especially fishing, going to the beach. I mean, those are just great avenues just to be able to like really clear your head sometimes and refocus, like on the task at hand here, Malin.
Definitely, yes, sir. Yeah,
Great. Just a couple more left. I know your dreams are to keep on working ahead, hard, striving, and want to play college basketball. I'm wondering, like, because by this time next year, you're going to be in college. I'm wondering how exciting that is again. Like, that the fact that it's just around the corner for you, but, to see that, look at the light at the end of the tunnel and here, it's going to lead to something, bigger for you. Just talk about that aspect.
yeah, definitely. I've been preparing. I love basketball, so I want to play in college. Where I can.
Hmm.
I have a few offers, few looks right now. Trying to have a huge season. Just
Yeah.
my goal is to keep working hard and just God's plan.
Yeah.
Whatever I can do next year for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that's again, that's outstanding. I think you're in a perfect spot here. I would, in terms of, you know, the advice and the message you can give to younger kids out there. I mean, knowing how the climate we're in, how competitive it is, and so many varying factors out there. Pressures, social media, and there's a number of, just in terms of the responsibilities that you have in the task. I'm wondering what you would say to if kids are watching, this interview, you know, just in terms of how, again, just moving up that ladder, what you could say to them out there.
yeah, definitely. I just used one of my favorite quotes by Kevin Durant. Hard work beats talent. I love that.
Yeah.
It's not about talent. It's how hard you work. Obviously,
Hmm.
whatever you can do. Just keep on the grind and keep working. It's my
Yeah.
one of my favorite quotes.
Hey, and Lucy Beckham High School, I want to ask you before you get the last word, is that
Yeah,
in terms of the support from the student body, from the administration, athletics, what has that meant to you personally and then to the team overall?
definitely. It's huge. One of my best friends, his mom is our front office lady. We have a huge I know everybody at the school. It's a huge fan base, and
Yeah.
we get a lot of support from our community. So it's great.
Yeah.
We have a great student section. We just played Wanda High School the other day. So it's kind of crosstown rivals. Wanda versus
Yeah.
Lucy Beckham. That was a
Yeah.
huge game. We had a lot of people to come support us. So it's great. Yes, sir. We have great
Yeah,
community.
definitely builds that school spirit and school pride, and
Yeah.
to have to feed off that energy, that adrenaline, and I think it probably pumps you guys up on the team in terms of playing, for your school. And I'm wondering when you every time you put that jersey on, what does that represent to you personally, Malin?
Yeah, definitely. So when I put that jersey on, my grandpa actually passed away 2 years ago, or
Oh,
3 years ago
so
now.
yeah.
So when I put that on, I definitely think about him for sure.
Mm,
Just the respect for the game also when I put on the game or when I put on my
yeah.
jersey. Just about respecting the game and doing my best work every time I put it on. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well
Yeah.
said. Hey, you get the final word and message here, Melon, for family, friends, teammates, coaches on the varsity basketball team at Lucy Beckham High School, student body, administration of the department, and I think most importantly, the community of Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. I give you the floor, Malin.
Sorry. What did you say? My phone went off. My bad.
Oh, no problem. I just wanted to give you the final word and message here for family and friends, teammates and coaches of the varsity basketball team, as well as the student body, administration, athletic department, Lucy Beckham High School, and the Mount Pleasant, South Carolina community.
Yeah. I would just say, to all the younger kids, keep working. And if you love the game of basketball, keep pushing because it can take you somewhere. And yeah, Mount Pleasant's awesome. Yep.
Sounds good. Hey,
Yes, sir.
it's just a true honor and privilege being able to speak with you, Malin. Wishing you continued success, again, academically, athletically, especially on the varsity basketball team at Lucy Beckham High School. And looking forward to seeing also what you do in college as well.
Yes, sir. Thank you. It was great talking to you.
Thank you.